I was 67 years old when I became invisible. Not slowly, all at once. The day my husband Robert died, I didn't just lose my partner of 43 years. I lost my purpose, my routine, my reason to get out of bed. For 3 months, I sat in the silence of our house, wondering, does anyone even know I'm still here? Every morning was the same. I'd wake up to emptiness, make coffee for one, sit in the chair by the window, watch the world go on without me. I'd see neighbors leave for work, kids heading to school, life happening everywhere except inside my house. I felt like a ghost in my own life, watching but not participating, not mattering. Then one Tuesday morning, something shifted. I was sitting in my usual spot when I noticed the school bus stop right outside my house, kids gathering, laughing, alive. One little girl with a purple backpack looked up at my window. Our eyes met, and without thinking, I waved. Just a small wave. She smiled and waved back, then ran to catch her bus. I sat there after the bus left, my hand still against the window, and I felt something I hadn't felt in 3 months. Something small, but real. A spark. That little girl had seen me, had smiled at me. For 5 seconds, I wasn't invisible. I wasn't just the widow in the house where Robert used to live. I was the lady who waved, and that little girl waved back. The next morning, I got out of bed at 7:30, not because I had to, because I wanted to. I made my coffee, put on real clothes instead of my robe, and positioned myself at the window at 7:45, the exact time the kids gathered. When the little girl with the purple backpack appeared, I waved. Big this time, enthusiastic. Her face lit up. She waved back with both hands. I decided this would be my thing. Every morning, 7:45, I'd be at that window. I'd wave at every single child who looked up. Some ignored me, some looked confused, but some waved back. And those waves, they became the reason I got out of bed. Not grand purpose, not changing the world, just waving at kids at a bus stop. But it mattered. To me. By week 2, more kids started looking for me. They'd scan the windows as they approached the bus stop. When they spotted me, their faces would brighten. I could see them say to each other, "There she is," even though I couldn't hear through the glass. They had a name for me. I'd learn this later. They called me the Wave Lady. I had an identity again. One morning, I had a doctor's appointment. I couldn't be at the window at 7:45. I thought nothing of it. But that afternoon, my doorbell rang. A woman I didn't recognize stood there with a little girl. The purple backpack girl. "My daughter wanted to make sure you were okay," the mother said. "She was worried when you weren't at the window this morning." I stood in my doorway, looking at this child who'd noticed my absence, who'd worried, who'd asked her mother to check. And I understood something profound. I wasn't just waving at these kids. They were waving back at me. I mattered to them. My presence every morning, it mattered. I wasn't invisible. I never had been. I just stopped showing up. After that, I never missed a morning. Rain, snow, didn't matter. 7:45 a.m., I was at that window. The kids came to count on me. I became part of their routine, and they became part of mine. Some mornings I felt tired. Some mornings grief still hit hard. But those kids, they needed the Wave Lady. And honestly, I needed them right back. Then the ripples started. Parents began noticing their kids talking about the wave lady at home. Is she there today? Kids would ask on weekends. Parents started waving too when they walked past my house. Neighbors I'd never spoken to in 40 years started smiling and nodding. The mailman waved. The garbage collectors honked. My one small gesture had created something bigger than me. 6 months after that first wave, my doorbell rang again. This time it was a group. 5 kids from the bus stop holding something they'd made. A banner, hand-painted. It said, "Thank you, Wave Lady. You make our mornings happy." One little boy, quiet and shy, stepped forward. "You wave at me every day," he said softly. "Even when I'm sad. It helps." I couldn't speak. I learned that day that the shy boy's parents were divorcing. Mornings were hard for him. But knowing I would be there, smiling, waving just for him, it gave him something to look forward to. One person who showed up, consistently, who saw him. I realized then, you never know what your small act of showing up means to someone who's drowning. I thought I was just waving. Something had shifted in me, too. I wasn't the same woman who'd felt invisible 6 months ago. I woke up with purpose now, not because I'd found some grand mission, but because I'd found my small one. Every morning, I got dressed, did my hair, made myself present, because kids were counting on me. And being counted on, that saved my life. One freezing January morning, I almost stayed in bed. My arthritis hurt. It was dark and cold. I thought, they won't even notice if I'm not there. But then I remembered the shy boy, the purple backpack girl, all those faces looking for me. So I got up, made my coffee, and at 7:45 I was at my window. Every single child waved that morning, like they knew I needed them too. A year after that first wave, the local newspaper heard about me. They wrote a story. My phone rang for days. People from across the country sharing their own loneliness, thanking me for showing that small gestures matter. But I knew the truth. I didn't save those kids. They saved me. They gave me a reason to be present, to show up, to matter again. I learned something that grief had tried to hide from me. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. You don't have to change the world. You don't have to cure disease or build empires. Sometimes purpose is just showing up, being present, waving at kids who need to see a friendly face. That's enough. That's everything. Small acts done with love create ripples you'll never see the end of. Today, I'm 69, still at that window, 7:45 a.m. every morning. Some of the original kids are now in middle school. They still wave when they visit younger siblings at the bus stop. New kindergartners learn about the wave lady from the older kids. It's tradition now. I'm not invisible anymore. I'm part of something. And it all started with one small wave, one choice to show up. Maybe you're feeling invisible right now. Maybe you've lost someone. Maybe you're wondering if you still matter. I'm here to tell you, you do. Your presence matters. Your small gestures matter. You don't need a grand plan. You just need to show up. Find your window. Find your wave. Find one small way to be present for others, because someone out there needs to see you, and you need to be seen. I wave every morning not because I have to, because I get to. I get to matter. I get to connect. I get to watch kids grow up knowing someone sees them, and they see me right back. That's what living high means to me. Not waiting for big moments, creating small ones, consistently, with love, from my window, one wave at a time.
Purpose doesn't find you, you create it. I did, and so can you.